The president signalled he would first speak to his Russian counterpart before making a decision on these Tomahawks. Well, joining us live now is Elina Beketova, fellow at the Centre for European Policy Analysis. Elina, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Do you think America will ultimately end up providing Ukraine with these weapons?
Well, it's a very hard question, and no one knows the answer right now at this moment. But I think that overall it was a very good meeting for Ukraine because, as they say, third time is a charm. Hard to compare with the February meeting, which went really badly for Ukraine. This time, President Trump even complimented President Zelensky on his jacket, a clear change in tone. There was a lot of interactions with journalists, and definitely Zelensky thanked the American side for meetings with the U.S. defense and energy companies. And I think that this is very important because everyone is super fixated right now on long-range missiles. But unfortunately, Ukrainians have to deal with the Russians who hit their power plants, and Ukrainians have to sit without electricity every day. So that is why that Zelensky met actually with the representatives of energy and defense companies is very important. And hopefully, even though we don't know the outcome of the Tomahawk conversations right now, the conversation about air defense systems will go forward because Zelensky said, and I wrote it down, we are talking how to work more with productions of it. So basically, they are trying to raise this question of air defense and how to boost maybe joint air defense production or cooperation with the Americans on this issue, which is very important for Ukraine.
I want to pick up on your point you made earlier about the change in tone between the very first meeting that President Zelensky had in the Oval Office with Donald Trump. Now, Mr. Zelensky praised Donald Trump for his Gaza ceasefire deal, really talking up the president's Middle East peace efforts and his peace efforts elsewhere, really schmoozing him, really buttering him up. What do you make of Vladimir Zelensky's diplomatic efforts here?
Well, I think that Volodymyr Zelensky did really a good job right now this time. And the second meeting in August went really well. And the third time is actually even better. And you could even feel that there is less tensions right now. And I feel that, both sides are working together. And, President Zelensky said that they're having a very good conversation. And Donald Trump also wrote about it. So that they are starting to understand each other better. Maybe it just takes some time to actually adjust to the conversations, to the diplomacy of each other. But I just hope that the President Donald Trump understands that for Ukrainians, the United States is the biggest ally. And Zelensky said it multiple times today after the meeting with Donald Trump that there are many conversations and that that Ukrainians are very thankful to everything that the Americans are doing for them.
America is certainly one of the biggest allies, not the only ally, though. And I want to pick up on the kind of European angle on this. We've got this meeting on the cards between Presidents Trump and Putin at some point in the next couple of weeks in Hungary, a member of the European Union, not always on good terms with the European Union. Can you talk us through the dynamics there?
Well, it's very interesting, right? I think that this is the biggest fear of Vladimir Putin. Actually, the United States, Europeans who take care about Ukraine, who care about Ukraine, because Ukrainians cannot win this war just separately, because Ukrainians need aid and support of both the United States and Europeans. So right now we are having the coalition of the willing, and it's interesting that right after the meeting with Donald Trump, Zelensky actually said that he had a conversation with multiple partners in Europe. So which means that the coalition of the willing is a very important tool for Europeans, but it's going to work only together. And this is the biggest fear of Vladimir Putin, that the Americans will work together with Europeans and they will support and back Ukrainians, because only pressure, he understands only the language of pressure, and we understand all of us. We had the annexation of Crimea. Now we have controlled areas by Russia that they can only stop if they understand that there is a deterrence. And there is a deterrence and there is a unity between partners on both continents. So right now we understand that the coalition of the willing, their meeting was last month. But at this point, it's actually, we don't know what a European military presence in Ukraine would look like or what roles those troops would have. But it's clearly the conversation, and it could be the deterrence for Russia, not just stop attacking Ukrainians. Because as we talk right now with you, Kharkiv region, it's in the eastern part of Ukraine, has been hit by 10 drones and 10 attacks. And, multiple regions are sitting just without electricity right now. And we are not even talking about casualties and fatalities.
Yes, we are, of course, continuing to see Russian strikes as we head towards Ukraine's winter. Elina Beketova from the Centre for European Policy Analysis. Elina, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Now, Israel says the Red Cross has retrieved the